we pick as offensive line. This is one issue that we have with the protection and our run game. As we can see, guys, we have or have had literally for the last 7, 8 years, we've been tinkering about different kind of offensive linemen, and the fix has not been there. Outside of Trent Williams, we really haven't had that many solid starters in our offensive line, and it has shown specifically last year against Seattle and teams like Baltimore, uh, Ravens, and even Cleveland Browns. I remember a couple of years ago where we went there and they completely dominated our offensive line, and it followed again for the next year. We have some injuries, but some of the players that really need to be upgraded, where we have actually gone into the free agency and looked at some players that we've acquired, and Lowy and Todd and Jones now that we've gotten. I still have that concern about our offensive line keeping in par with the rest of the defensive league linemen in the league that are really finding how to beat us with size, speed, and containment. And too many times we have had running backs that run for 0 yards, half a yard, or even 1 yard. So we need to fix that. We're trying to fix that in the free agency with these players that we've acquired, but also we have to look into the draft, obviously, that's coming up. And there's some of the players that I'm going to quickly name and go over it with you guys. And I'm going to start with center. Now, Jake Brendel has been serviceable, and he's been kind of there for a while now. And Kyle likes people that know the system, know the signals, and know the offense. So it's gonna be hard for someone to come in and take his spot. And one of the players that I believe that could come in and compete in the training camp and in the preseason games, and then also maybe probably if Brendel doesn't get injured, or if he does, uh, one player that could come in the draft, if we were lucky enough to draft him, is Logan Jones. And I will name one more player that could be possibly there for us in the offensive line is Connor Lew, center. He's 3'10, 6'4", ran a 5-second 40. And some of the things that he has shown is, as far as center, he's been pretty good in that position in college. And he has 32.5-inch arms, sort of. He bench pressed 31 times, which is pretty good. And his percentile, as far as pass protection and run blocking, for pass protection is 85%. And for run blocking, he's 77th percentile. That's for Connor Lew. One of the players that I do like is Logan Jones. He's a little bit smaller. He's 6'3" and 299 pounds. Some would say he's kind of like a clone of Jake Brendel, but I digress. He's younger, he's stronger, he's meaner, I believe. And he's got his 10-yard shuttle is 1.75, which is kind of like a break point. It shows that he has a quickness. His arms a little bit shorter, but he's a center. It doesn't. You don't need to be long arm for like how you would want to be for tackle. So that's one of the areas that we could go in and hopefully draft a player or two like him, like Logan Jones, Connor Lew. There are others that could come in and play in that area. And as far as guard, our left guard, I want us to still address that. Uh, it's good to have these veterans come in, and most likely Kyle will start one of them during training camp. But I'm looking at Kalen Rutledge. He's one of the guys that I like that can kind of like mm, plug and play. He can come in and play with us, and probably midway through the season, he can start. That's one of the areas that we definitely have to look at in the draft. Do we look at it in the beginning of the draft or later on? And I know we don't have that many draft picks now that we've traded away our third round, but in the fourth round, we only have four. But I'm really looking into uh, trading down from round one and even round two, maybe a few spots, not a whole lot. But in round one, I believe we can trade down maybe 4, 5, 6 spots, go into the top of the second, and then pick maybe another third round and a top of the board in the fourth round. And then maybe again trade down in round two. I don't know if that's going to really happen, but I would not be opposed to that because 6 draft picks for this year, for all of the needs that we have, we still need to address our tight end. Tonjes showed promise. How much Kittle's going to contribute? When is he going to be back? That's the other issue. And safety, are we going to be set with that? Is Raheem Morris happy with the safeties we have? But that's for another video and another discussion. But for offensive line, Ihanichor is one of the guys that a lot of people are looking at. He's more like a tackle. But one of the tackles that I really like, and it's a gem, I believe, in later rounds, if we can trade down, is Crownover. And he is, when you look at his measurements, he is literally almost Trent Williams 2.0. And in that, I mean that as far as measurements, by no means I'm projecting him to be a Hall of Famer or a Pro Bowler. But when you look at his measurements, he's 6'6", about 320 pounds. His arm length are 35 and an eighth, 35 and a half inch, I believe. And he is strong. He has the potential to probably start in guard, maybe right tackle or swing to the left tackle whenever Trent Williams gets injured again, because he's been getting injured towards the end of the year or maybe beginning of the year. So he's getting up there in age, and we have to be ready for that. And I wouldn't be opposed to starting good potential players, giving them experience as far as rookies to come in and chip in for a game or two, just to get their feet wet and get them to get started into the league and gain that experience. More players that we could look in at as far as offensive line in the later rounds. There's Pat Coogan. He's a center, 6'5", ran at 520. That's just another center that we can get. I know some people are talking about Fa'amu from, let's see where he's from. He is 6'5", ran at 5'4". He's a little bit slower, from Wake Forest, the college. He is not as good as other players, but his pass protection percentile and run blocking, it's hovering about 61 and 71. Not a great starter, but is a good prospect. So as far as offensive line goes, guys, I think we can still upgrade on the center. We can still upgrade in the left guard and left tackle, maybe the entire line, except Pooney, which is he's going to be a third-year starter, and he's had a down year last year. How is he going to pan out? So I'm questioning really our offensive line as far as how they're going to hold up. Are we even going to get Trent Williams back? Are we going to trade him? So these are areas that we have to look in at. And Caleb Lamu has been talked about maybe being drafted in first round. I oppose that. I think for money and for big bang for your buck, or players that could have better value in later rounds, I would probably hold off on grabbing an offensive lineman in the first round. Maybe a second round if we get some of these people that I talked about. But Caleb Lamu, 6'6", 313, 33.5-inch arms. He ran a 10-yard, 1.74. That's pretty good. Now, if the team feels that we absolutely have to have him, I will not object it. It's just my opinion. And let me know what you guys think. Some of the players that I mentioned here, make a comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. And just join in. Let me know what you guys think about the players that I've discussed, and if you have more favorite players. Thank you again. I will talk to you soon.